Welcome back to A Country Boy Can Cook. I'm not cooking today. I am doing some maintenance on some knives, sharpening of my knives. So I'm actually having a leftover. Let's see if I can get it in there. There's a biscuit with Spam, a little bit of cheese, and a touch of honey on top of the ham. Yes, it tastes like smoked honey ham. So good. It's my snack for the afternoon. Anyway, let's get to the sharpening knives here. I can get the camera set up here for you. First, I'm going to start on this blade. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is well. Let's see how you can see it. It's just got grooves worn in it where my father used this. He used it right here to put points on special tools, his knives for years. He had this in the 60s. I just remember it being around for a long period of time. I still use it today. It's two-sided. It's coarse. It's fine. And then we have an Arkansas stone. It's super fine. Depends on what knife blade I'm sharpening, what I'd use. Today I'm going to put an edge back on my old handmade butcher knife for my dad's saw blade. Let's see if we can get the light over here on this better. And what I'm going to do, I take a little bit of water. You can use water, oil. You can do it dry, doesn't matter. The deal with the water and the oil is, when you're sharpening a knife blade, what you're really doing is taking off little pieces of steel, putting a fine edge right here. You can use one of those knife sharpeners they have in the kitchen that you run them down, but all that's really doing is ripping the edge off, and it's not very smooth. The best is a stone. So I take and get the stone wet. I follow my dad's path here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 grooves, 3 grooves anyway. And you can actually hear it change sounds. And I'm going to sharpen this knife so it's made for kitchen use. You'll find a lot of people that sharpen knives, they'll go in circles. They'll always go 5 this way, 5 this way, lots of different ways. It doesn't really matter. You're just taking the edge off of it, or reconditioning the edge. In my case, the edges are pretty good. I try to hold it at a certain angle, the one I know works best for me. It depends on what you're going to use your knife for. Let's see here. Oh, it's good. It's very good. What happens when you're sharpening a knife, it's smooth here and smooth here, and it's hard to see, but right on this edge, if you use a microscope, you can see a little piece of feather, piece of metal. As you're sharpening one side, the other side is just sitting there. And that's why you'll see people running up and down a steel like that. It cuts that feather edge off. I'm going to use this Arkansas stone. And I always use it wet for the last one. I gave this to my father in the 70s as a Christmas present one time. It's well used. It's a natural stone that comes out of the state of Arkansas. You can hear, or you can't hear actually, that's the deal. You can just a very light sound, which is great. Just remain your same angle. I'll explain the angle here in just a minute. Let's see if anything's coming off here. Yeah, a little bit. Let's see how sharp this is. Yeah, it's super sharp. You can always wet your thumbnail or fingernail and drag it across If you feel resistance, which I feel resistance the whole way, that means it's sharp. Putting your finger on doing like that, all it's going to do is catch your finger and cut it. So this one's ready to go, be put up. Oh, about the edge. This is a utility knife I use in the kitchen. I don't want to have to sharpen it every day. I can sit here and sharpen it until it will literally shave the hair off my arm. But the first couple of times you use it, it'll be dull again. You don't want that. You want it to last for a while. So the angle on both sides depends on what you're using it for. If you run a real shallow angle on both sides, you can make it razor sharp. I mean, it will cut like a razor, but it'll also dull just like a razor. Just like if you use a razor, it's great first couple of times, and all of a sudden it's dulled instantly. Well, that's the same way with a knife. So. All right, back to the heavy stone. I like hanging on to the old stuff. This is a cleaver I made. It's heavy. It's about an 1/8 inch. I took my time, and believe it or not, engine turned all these little dots. At one time it was just super shiny. Looked like the inside of an aircraft or a hot rod or something, with all these engine turning spots on it. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not. And this handle is made out of electrical conduit box. It's to keep you safe. Will not let electricity through. It's some type of a plastic. I got it out of the box and it was perfect size for this. Stainless steel rivets through it that I pounded on both sides. I use this in the kitchen a lot, and I think it's okay sharp, but we're going to put the edge back on. You can hear it dragging. And all this is doing is just cutting a fresh edge on it. I know it looks like I'm cutting into that stone. It is a little bit. But that's okay, because I'm going to go up the other side and do the same thing. Just try to do it equal times on each side. If you don't, it's okay. You just don't want it to have a different angle on each side. You want to try to keep it the same. I can hear the sound has changed. It's got the same tune up and down it. Let's see if it's cutting its steel off of it. Oh yeah, you can see little particles coming off of it here. And it's sharp. This sharpens really good. I heat treated this, and I don't remember how. I know how I treated it, but I can't remember what the hardness is. You don't want a knife blade that's super hard, because you can't sharpen the thing. I mean, it'll hold the blade, it'll hold the edge on the blade, but man, it takes forever to sharpen it. I'd rather just use mine and sharpen it every couple of weeks and go from there. Let's see. Get my Arkansas stone. I don't know if you know what an Arkansas stone is. This is a Smith soft stone. It's made out of a natural stone out of Arkansas. I don't know what the stone is. They've been around for years. So it worked. You can hear this is super quiet right now. I mean, there's hardly no edge at all. And on the stone, you can take and do circles like this. That's taking that little feather edge totally off. I don't think it has an edge on it at all, but just in case. You just want to maintain the same angle. I can tell you one thing, a sharp knife is much better to use, not just because it's easier, but when you go to pressing down, oh yeah, super sharp. And I tell you, I don't want to cut my finger, but take and wet my thumb and drag it across it. Oh man, it's super. It's really sharp. It's dragging all the way. So The dangerous tool is a knife that's not sharp. You will press hard through something to get it cut down, and if it slips, man, it can be super dangerous. And these are knives that, of course, I bought these at a restaurant supply. They're flexible. It's a boning knife. Good to use. Dishwasher safe. My other two knives never go in the dishwasher. That ain't gonna happen. So, and these are stainless. They don't rust, so they're great for dishwasher. And they're pretty flexible here. A little bit more water on it. Some people think stainless steel is harder than regular steel. It's not. It's a combination of metals, but it's not as hard. You can. It's hard to drill. It's really funny because when you start trying to drill a piece of stainless steel, because I was in metalworking for years, and I've done a lot of knives out of stainless steel. It just wants to slide around. It doesn't want to penetrate. But once it gets started, shoot, it just drives right through it like it's butter, like it's aluminum. And I can't remember what the makeup is of stainless. Anyway. But this is really all it is to keeping your knife sharp. I mean, make an investment that'll last for years. This is carborundum. It's a two-side. I don't know how much my dad gave for it back in the day in the 60s. Maybe $3 or $4. I think you can still get them for $15 or so. Let's see if anything's coming off this stainless. Oh yeah, you can see that. Then we're going to go on the smooth side and use this. I don't want this super sharp because it will be the first thing that dulls in my kitchen. I use knives every day. Oh, you can see, you can't hear it. That's a good thing. I mean, it's quiet. I'm just finishing the side on it. Just seeing if there's any feather on the side, or the sharp side. It's dragging all the way. Let's see. Try this Arkansas stone to put the final edge on it. I know you see people take a piece of paper and they'll do it like that to cut inside. Well, that's a razor edge, and that's great. A lot of people don't realize that cardboard and paper is one of the fastest things you can dull a knife on. You can take and use cardboard to knock the edge off of a piece of knife if it's got a burr on it. Cardboard is wood. Now this Smith stone is just the same on both sides. It's super smooth. Yeah, it's super quiet now going across it. Oh yeah, it's dragging all the way. No pressure, just dragging across and you can feel it. All right, my big boy. Once again, this is, I was trying to think who made this knife. It's a stainless steel high carbon, which means it sharpens pretty good. It's made in Brazil. So, once again, this is a great knife. I've had it for many years. I think I bought it at a restaurant supply in Dallas. And it definitely needs sharpening. You can hear it. I mean, it's making a grinding noise all the way from one end to the other. These knives are not expensive. It doesn't matter the cost. If you like it and it feels good in your hand and you're used to using it, that's all that matters. I see people paying a couple $100 for shelf knife. Oh my God. I mean, how much money do you have to waste on a knife? I realize it'll last you for years. But hey, this knife has lasted me for years. It's made out of an old saw blade. So do your diligence when you're buying stuff. Everybody needs to get a good product for a decent price. It's a lot quieter now. Much quieter. Let's flip this boy over here. Pour out all my drinking water here. You can hear a little sound back in here, but it just slides across it now. And I'm going to put it on the Smith stone. I try to finish all my knife blades, even my cleaver that I made, on my Smith stone. Let's see. Oh yeah. I feel a little roughness right there. It's kind of hard to get it because it's at the last of the blade and you can't follow through with it. But just keep on going. Hold it at the same angle. I can't even tell you what angle it is. I've been doing this for so many years. I learned as a Boy Scout and learned on the farm how to sharpen knives from my dad. So that was early 60s, late 50s. At that time, believe it or not, at least in the 5th grade, all the guys carried a pocket knife. I mean, you didn't go to school without your pocket knife. Oh my God, they'll throw you under the jail now if you have any kind of thing. You don't even have a piece of paper that's cut out to look like a knife. The world has changed so much. Oh yeah, you can see it's really quiet now. This would be a pleasure to use. Use it and throw in the dishwasher. Or really just put it under hot water with soap and go for it. It's ready to go. I can hear this edge back here making a kind of a little noise. That means there's a feather edge on it. That edge is gone. That's a microscopic edge. It's not like, I mean, you would have to use a microscope to see it. And you really can't feel it. It just feels it not sharp. Let's see. There it is. Sharp all the way down. Well, I hope this helps you in the kitchen. If you sharpen your own knives or you send them out, I think it's pretty expensive to send knives out. I don't know. I've never done it. I see sometimes the prices people talk about sending knives out to have them sharpened. They're $10 a knife or $50 for a bundle. I'm thinking, 15 or 20 minutes, I'll sharpen my own and save the bucks. Let's see here. Get this back up here. Get it right here. I actually got a tripod. Bought a tripod. It took about 6 days to get here, a little one. It works great. And anyway, thank you for watching my videos. I hope you find them helpful. Like I always say, I'm just an old dude enjoying retirement. So please share my videos. Please subscribe. If you subscribe, that helps me gain more membership and more people look at it. That's all I can tell you. And I'm sure not big enough to even get a check from anybody advertising on my videos, of course. And that's not what the deal is. I'll make these videos, and long after I'm gone, my children, my grandchildren can all look at these and watch their father and their grandpapa, and I'm called Papa to them, that I was an okay dude even after I retired. So thank you much for watching A Cowboy Can Cook. Or, excuse me, I am a cowboy. A country boy can cook. And I will see y'all in the next video.